This is Dark Web.
I really think you should stop.
Oh, God.
Who's that?
I can hear you. Are you still
Kelly,
there?
I can't
just
see you.
I'm explaining a film from 2018 titled Unfriended. Spoilers ahead. Enjoy the content. At the start of the movie, we see Matthias talking to Amaya on Facebook call. He created an app for her that can transform spoken words into sign language. The doorbell at Amaya's house rings just then, and when she goes to answer it, Matthias' system stops. Soon later, he receives a Facebook direct message from Serena asking him to a Skype gaming night. Matthias notifies Amaya about it and invites her to participate because everyone would be happy to see her. Furthermore, it is clear that anytime Matthias accesses a website or app, Nora's ID is already signed in. He logs into Skype and steps away to use the restroom. During his absence, Nora receives some direct messages on Facebook. When Matthias returns, he logs into Nora's account and performs a Google search for him, but finds no results. He notices that many girls are sending him messages, inquiring about plane tickets. Just then, he receives a Skype call and joins his friends. The game is now being played by Matthias, Serena, Damon, Lex, and Alistair. They all compliment Matthias' camera quality, and he adds that he bought a new laptop from Craigslist. They had arranged to meet at Alistair's place, but everyone had different excuses. Matthias' system abruptly collapses once more. Matthias discovers a secret folder with 960 gigabytes of data. He inquires of Damon as to his knowledge of how to expose hidden files. Damon walks him through the process, revealing the secret folder. Matthias is surprised to see footage of strange individuals saved in it. Alistair turns on loud music just as Matthias is ready to check Nora's last DM, and Matthias rejoins his pals. Matthias expresses his belief that Amaya will not accompany them. Nari then discloses that Serena has proposed to her, and everyone is overjoyed. Matthias begins to miss Amaya and watches an old video of the two of them when they are really happy together. Then, he receives a call from Amaya on Facebook. He attempts to persuade her, but Amaya is irritated since Matthias has been spending all of his time on that app rather than attending his sign language sessions. During this time, Nora begins to receive direct messages from an account called Erica Dunn, which distracts Matthias and causes Amaya to become enraged and disconnect the call. Matthias, frustrated, inquires about Erica's identity. And she asks, whose laptop did he steal? Matthias becomes concerned, checks her profile, and texts her that he has purchased it. The individual then claims to be Erica's friend Nora. Matthias tries to explain to him that he bought it on Craigslist and maybe that person stole it. Nora asks him to send him the link to the ad, and here it is revealed that actually, Matthias did not buy that laptop but picked it up from somewhere, and he says that he will keep it there. He shows everyone his screen and says that the background changed the moment he connected to River. Damon explains to Matthias that it's the dark net, a section of the internet that isn't indexed by search engines and is frequently associated with illegal activity. Matthias then discloses that he has been employed at a cyber cafe, where he noticed this laptop sitting in the lost and found for the past 4 weeks. He explains that when he logged on to Facebook, all of this information autofilled. Damon looks into it and discovers that it's Sharon written backward. Matthias notes that one of them, Sharon 68, was sending him private messages earlier. Matthias then shows them the folder, and Lex discovers that the file names are addresses. Damon says that hackers frequently drive through areas collecting Wi-Fi addresses from misconfigured or vulnerable routers. As Matthias plays some of those films, he receives a private message from Nora, who informs him that he is in the cafe and the laptop is not there. They counsel him not to answer, and Alistair advises he return to the video folder and scroll to the bottom. Matthias shows a video of a man putting a glass on the ground and walking away. A girl then appears and runs toward the window, but she is chained. Matthias stops the video and proceeds to play another one, in which a girl is trapped inside a drum. Alistair says there are custom videos, and that's what they are trading. Matthias then gets a call from Amaya, but he disconnects it. He then plays the recent file, in which a girl is sleeping, and a boy enters her room through the window. After this, he kisses the girl and then shows half of his face on the camera. When Amaya phones him again, he says he is dealing with something and will call her again later. Nari claims the girl is still in her room, despite the fact that the other females were not. He picks a female, introduces her to the rest of the group, and waits for someone to pay. And because someone just paid, this is the next chick. Matthias leaves the group to answer Amaya's call. When he logs onto his account and connects to the call, he doesn't see Amaya on the screen. Amaya's roommate Kelly instead emerges, and Matthias inquires about Amaya's whereabouts. Kelly speculates that Amaya may be in the shower when the television abruptly goes blank. Out of nowhere, a hooded attacker emerges behind Kelly, assaults her, and drags her away. Nora then steps in front of the screen and tells Matthias that he wants his laptop back. He asserts that he can see everything he is doing and hear everything he is saying. If he or his friends disconnect or call the police, Amaya's life is in danger. Nora insists that Amaya needs to come to him, and he will follow her for a trade. After he leaves, Matthias texts Amaya that he needs to tell her something face to face. He then rejoins his friends and Serena tells him that Nari is going to meet him down at the police station and he needs to bring the laptop with him. However, Nora texts him throughout this time that if anybody leaves, Amaya is dead. Matthias tells his buddies that it's not true and that he made it all up. Everyone is surprised and perplexed when they hear this, and Amaya texts him that she doesn't want to come over right now. Nora then texts him, pleading with Amaya to come to him or die. Matthias then tells Amaya that he was concerned since the instructor had stressed the challenges and intimacy of a hearing person adopting ASL to communicate with a deaf spouse, but he sincerely hoped for their relationship to succeed. Touched by the sentiment, Amaya agrees to visit. Matthias rejoins his friends, and they continue to ask him questions. However, Lex's phone rings, and she steps away to answer the call. Matthias searches for Erica Duns and discovers that she has been missing since last Wednesday night. Nora walks in and says he just wants his laptop back. Nora becomes increasingly anxious and warns Matthias that if they discover he lost that computer, they will kill both of them and anyone else who might have seen it. He also tells him that he didn't kill Kelly, and she will wake up and think it was a robbery or something. Matthias stands firm, stating that he will get the money back when Erica Dunn is safely home. Nora then gives him the code, and the circle asks why he depleted his account. Following Nora's advice, Matthias informs them that he has moved from Bitcoin to Ethereum because of a better exchange rate. The river then flows away on its own. Matthias rejoins his pals, and Nari informs them that she has discovered Erica Dunn, who is both genuine and truly lost. Sharon 1 abruptly enters the conversation, confusing the others. Matthias panics and attempts to remove him, but many other Sharons join in the discourse. Matthias urgently warns his friends not to click the link, but only then a video begins playing, and they see that the hacker is using a tool to log in Lex's account to find her address. After this, they witness Lex standing on the edge of the roof of her building, and suddenly, someone pushes her. This shocking event leaves all the friends deeply anxious and demanding answers from Matthias. Amaya then calls Matthias, and he instructs her to stay on the call while he promises to explain everything when she arrives. He then rejoins his pals and encourages them to leave their phones at home because automated calls are part of the game to guarantee they progress. Nari, on the other hand, does not believe him and suggests calling the police. This pushes Matthias to admit that the entire event is genuine. He says that he first lied to protect Amaya, and that Nora may now come after them all. Matthias also warns them that Amaya is on her way, with Nora close behind. The gang is shocked by this discovery, and they wonder how Nora could have been with Amaya and yet harmed Lex. Matthias informs Alistair that he and his mom should leave the house, as he might be the only one who isn't safe. Amaya texts and informs Matthias that the subway has broken down. He communicates this knowledge to the others. However, Serena explains that Nari will not be competing in this round since she is ill. Someone fresh enters the chat and shows Alistair's profile. This guy then dials 911 and plays snippets from Alistair's videos in which he expresses his displeasure with corruption, stating that he's going to take his guns and explosives, travel downtown, and have some fun. The call is then terminated. They learn the call was made 10 minutes earlier, and the cops come at Alistair's residence with a search warrant. As Alistair goes to deal with the police, the hacker plays a shotgun sound on Alistair's computer, causing the police to mistakenly shoot him, leading to his death. Nora asks Matthias if they know he lost the laptop. And now all of them are dead. Matthias tells Damon and Serena that Nora is going to kill Amaya as soon as that train reaches the station. Serena says Nari is on her way there right now, but Matthias says he can get there faster. The lights in Serena's house suddenly go out, and the hacker then accesses her computer and shows a movie. Serena and Nari talk about their wedding plans. Serena's mother was in the hospital with end-stage brain cancer, and she didn't want to have to pick between her mother and Nari, so Nari proposed they hold their wedding in her mother's hospital room so she could be present. The hackers then split Serena off from the others and give her with the option of choosing who should live. Nari's mother or herself. Serena is given 30 seconds to make her decision by the hackers. Serena begs, pleads, and ultimately refuses to make a choice. For her defiance, she is forced to watch as her mother's life support is shut off, while a hooded, glitchy assassin shoves Nari into the path of a subway train, the same train Amaya and Nora were riding. As Matthias and Damon join in, they warn her of a glitchy assassin behind her, but sadly, she also meets a grim fate. Matthias, frustrated, plans to leave to save Amaya, but Damon urges him to leave the computer on since he will continue downloading the video files. Damon informs the hacker that he has been filming after he has left. He reveals that he has coordinates for wherever that computer has been, which might lead them to Erica and the other females that were kidnapped. However, the hacker shows a video in which they modified a picture and switched Nora's face with Matthias, making it look as if Matthias is the perpetrator. An assassin then sneaks into Matthias' house and places Erica Dunn there. Damon informs Matthias that Nora didn't lose the laptop, but left it there deliberately. From the moment he entered his Wi-Fi password, they were in and had control this whole time. They did everything they wanted them to do. They moved the money, they copied the videos, and they are gonna make it look like it was them the whole time. The hacker then takes control of the laptop and runs Matthias' speech-to-ASL program, which he uses to deceive Amaya into approaching a certain building, bringing her into the arms of another assassin. Not long later, another assassin goes into Damon's room and hangs him, making his murder appear to be a suicide, while another hacker puts a confession on his computer to incriminate him and his buddies. Broken, Matthias demands the hackers to explain why they were doing all of this, to which they mockingly respond with a tape of Matthias stating, "It's game night." A poll is then conducted with the question, should Matthias live? Meanwhile, Erica regains consciousness and cries for help in front of Matthias' computer. She takes out a patch of skin from her forehead and gets terrified to find a hole drilled there. Over the next 2 minutes, tens of thousands cast their votes. Once the votes are tallied, the results show an overwhelming majority voting no. And moments later, a van runs into Matthias, killing him instantly. Matthias and all of his friends are dead. All for the amusement of an audience of Sharons, watching their demise over the dark web. That's all the recap, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to stay updated with recaps of our latest films. Your support would be appreciated. I hope to see you next time.